3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Crown Television. I'm your host, Terry J, and I have missed y'all. We're still all about our crowns and never about them clowns. Today I got my African gear on, no need for a crown because this speaks for itself. I have been away for a little while. My husband has had some battle rap events going on. You know, I'm his right-hand man, I'm his co-pilot. I'm his partner, so I took some time off to, be with him and support him and make sure that, he had the support he needed to do what he needed to do. Once the battle dropped, we're gonna play it on this channel because he did his thing. I'm super proud. Anywho, today we're gonna be discussing Basketball Wives Season 9, Episode 3. The last time I talked to y'all about Basketball Wives, we were just discussing the trailer, so it's nice that we're into it a little bit. So here it goes. So 2 mansions, one's Jackie's, one's Evelyn. So we're gonna have a Ponderosa and Jackie's mansion, and we're gonna be pussy patting on the handstand in Evelyn's mansion. Cool. So they show Evelyn's mansion first, and it's a big, luxurious, beautiful home. And the girls are all planning to stay for 2 weeks with each other. The prerequisite is everybody had to have their COVID testing done. Everybody had to quarantine before coming out to the houses in order to, be able to qualify to come on this trip. So first person that arrives to Evelyn's house is Shawnee. Evelyn starts showing Shawnee around, and Shawnee picks the first room. Who the fuck is surprised? So anyway, then Malaysia comes to the house next. And of course the little bird. Have you talked to Jackie? Have you talked to Jackie? Have you talked to Jackie? And they flash back to Jackie telling the other women about the rumors that she heard about Malaysia, saying that Malaysia's kids were dirty and that Malaysia ain't got no money. That explains them blonde wigs. So they bring that up, and she reminds them of why she don't fuck with Jackie right now. So, but I don't understand how she fucked with Evelyn and Shawnee either, because she was friends with Brandy Maxwell and with Duffy, and neither one of those were Evelyn and Shawnee fans. I mean, even Brandy Maxwell called Shawnee a bitch. So it's all strange to me. Maybe because I've been a fan of Basketball Wives since day one, and it's just like a whole other universe to me. But Malaysia always be mad over some dumb shit. She got mad and threw a table at Jen, and we still don't know why. But she hasn't had a storyline in a year, so this is what we got. Jackie's on the next scene. They're in her house now, and they talk about how glad she is that she rented her own mansion. And I was trying to figure out which mansion of the two would be the most fun for me, for my personality. Would it be Evelyn's or would it be Jackie's? Jackie is crazy like me, and Jackie's a freak, also like me, so I don't know. Anyway, then Jen comes up to the house first in Jackie's house, and they start off drinking, and Jen seems to be happy and in a great space, and she doesn't want really any beef with anyone. She said she could give not one fuck about what's going on in Evelyn and in them house. I really feel like, sincerely at this point, Jen is over all the other ladies, and she really just came to get away and to be on TV. She really didn't come to mend any fences with the plastic. So then OG comes to the house, and I feel OG too. She's like, oh, I don't know, I'm here. I don't usually hang around a lot of people. I'm the same way. I'll hang around my family and my husband, and that's it. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how in the world are they going to be in the house for 2 weeks with each other? Like, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it, because I would be on the phone calling my husband like, come get me. Like, I just can't stay in the house with a bunch of bitches for 2 whole weeks. After week 1, I'm like, I'm faking some kind of sickness or something so my husband can come get me. Period. Full stop. So Jackie starts asking OG, has she spoken to anybody since the mess that was last season, with all the colorist stuff that was going on last season, after the reunion wrapped with Evelyn calling black women monkeys. And OG said, look, no, I haven't talked to anyone, but if anybody wants to make amends, they can come to me. Like, I'm not going to carry my ass over to that house. So, otherwise, she was like, I'm just trying to enjoy my life. So, they're back over to Evelyn's house, and this bird brain, Phoebe, calls Evelyn's phone and tells her that she can't come up to the house because she's been exposed to somebody who had COVID and she has to quarantine. So she's not going to be able to make it right now. And she says, you know what? I'd rather stay here in quarantine because I don't want to go and be around anybody, especially people that are older in age and elderly, you know, and because they're at bigger risk. So what she was doing was, okay, we're talking about colorism already. Here we are, ageism. She was trying to shade Jackie for being old, but the bitch so dumb. Like, you're not even staying in the house that Jackie's staying in. You stay in the Evelyn house. So who in Evelyn house is old? Evelyn? Ain't Evelyn about 50? Like, the age shaming shit. Like, this is the stupidity I'm talking about, and why, bitch, just stay home. Quarantine for your life. So they go back to the other house, and what it really is on this episode in Jackie's house is OG and Jen just reliving some of the moments that they've had with the other ladies, and just rehashing as to why they can't be surrounded with the ladies. They flash back to how Jen's been treated for several seasons, with the table throwing and the bottle throwing and all of that. So Jackie's like, well, look, I understand all of y'all are dwelling on the past, but I'm about to go over to the other house and pay the girls a visit. Now, you know, Jackie cannot wait to get her fence riding ass over to that other house. Oh, bye, I'll be back. And they're like, okay, like, why are you going over there? But anyway, go do what you gotta do. We're not going. So then they cut to Eliza Morales, and she is Lamar Odom's baby mom. And girl, why are we on vacation and we need to talk about our financial issues? Her kid is about to go to college, and supposedly years ago, Lamar Odom put up $200,000 for a special education for, like, it couldn't be touched. It was just for education. So now the kid's ready to go to college, and Liza's been calling Lamar like, oh, you know that $200,000 we put away years and years ago? I need that now. So he won't answer her calls. He's completely ignoring her. He doesn't respond, and she's upset, and she's like, why is he like curbing me like that? All I want is the money we put away, you know, for our son. And I was just like, girl, do you not know him? I don't think he's ignoring Liza to be malicious at all. I really think he doesn't know where the fuck it is. I mean, he was married to Khloe Kardashian, and she was the one doing all the dispensing of the funds and getting him estranged with all of his family members, kicking them to the curb. So she handled everything. He didn't know what was going on. And then after that, to make matters worse, here comes Sabrina Parr, and he still don't even have the passwords to his Facebook, Instagram, bank accounts, because she took that when she left. So Liza, he's not trying to play you. He don't know where the fuck it is, baby. He don't know. Anyway, so then Jackie shows up at Evelyn's house, and everybody's whispering, oh, Jackie's here. Jackie's here. Where's Malaysia? Where's Malaysia? She's being her little girl self. She done ran upstairs and hid upstairs from Jackie, so she ain't got to talk to Jackie in true Malaysia style. So then Kristen, they're all talking about everything that's going on, and Kristen says, well, look, Jackie, will you go and tell the ladies that I want to talk to OG, because the colorist comments that she made last season just doesn't sit well for me. Like, it kind of bothers me, and I just want to understand, you know, how she feels, you know, so we can try to figure out how to move past it. Evelyn, of course, is negative. It ain't gonna work. Ain't no need to go over there, blah, blah, blah. And then she starts crying. She won't make a bill. She won't make this. She won't make money. My kids are black. How could you do this? How could you do this? But not once did you say, you know, I might have been wrong in some things I did, but what she did to retaliate has cost me this, that, and the third, and we both need to apologize. No, you can't do that. She's just playing victim. I can't believe she did this to my kids. My kids are black. Did you think about how black your kids were when you were pasting monkeys on Instagram? Did you think that some of that heritage is in your kids? You didn't think about that shit then, did you, girl? Like, stop. Go somewhere and pat your pussy. Ain't that what you do? Then, so Jackie's like, okay, I'll go and tell OG that you're gonna come over. And then Shawnee says, and let OG know, you know, I I wasn't trying to do anything colorist. If she feels I had favoritism towards Evelyn, that might be true. But not because of skin color, but just because of favoritism, because Evelyn is my oldest friend. I'm like, at that point, if the girl is admitting that Evelyn is her favorite and she has favoritism towards her, why is any other woman on that show? Anyway, so Liza starts FaceTiming her son, like, oh, you talk to your dad, you talk to Lamar? And the son says, yeah, he's blowing me up, See, Lamar, I told her, don't worry about that shit. Lamar is trying to call his son and let his son know on the low, like, hey, bro, I got you. I'm not that type of dad. I just don't know where the fuck my stuff is right now. Give me a minute. So she's like, did you answer the phone? And he's like, no, I don't know what to say. She was like, pick up the phone and ask him where your money is. And I'm like, why even put a child in that type of spot, that type of position? Like, that's bad mothering. Like, new girl, I don't know. So then Malaysia says when Jackie came over so gung-ho about everybody getting back together, it kind of made her have a soft spot for Jackie. Like, maybe she does want to walk through some things. So maybe, or work through some things. So maybe she's open to having a conversation with Jackie at some point during this little trip. Then Jackie goes over and tells the girls, guess what? Jen and OG, we're about to have company. Kristen is coming. Kristen wants to talk to you and get to the bottom of, your feelings, OG. And OG says she's willing to listen as long as Kristen is willing to take accountability. So Jackie then asks Jen, and Jen says, I don't want anything to do with them. I already told you before, I am Zen Jen. I don't want to talk to nobody from over there. So Kristen's getting ready to go visit OG. And she gets there and sits down at the table, and Jen is at the table as well for some reason. And so I'm starting to wonder, is Kristen there really to mend fences with OG, or is she there as one of Evelyn's minions so she can go back and report OG's feelings to Evelyn so Evelyn can use that in the court case against each other? So they start talking, and OG says, Kristen, I called you a colorist as well. And Kristen said, well, dear, how in the heck could I be a colorist and we're the same dark skin complexion, the exact same complexion? And OG says, yes, but our features are different. I have bigger lips. I have a wider nose. My jawline is different. Your features are that of a white woman. So then that makes you a colorist too. And Kristen is baffled. She had never heard this type of shit before, because as far as she knows, it was all her color it has put her through trials and tribulations in life, just like anyone else. No one says, oh, you're dark skinned, but your features are like a white woman, so come over here. And I feel Kristen on that. Like, I'm not dark. I'm light skinned, but I'm still a black woman. And I'm not going to ever say I face the same challenges as a woman of a darker shade, because that's not my story to tell. But I can say I face trials and I fight every day as a black woman, every day, like about something or other. I don't care what it is. I'm always fighting for some reason. So we all of our shades, all of our pigments, we got to fight our asses off. But some of us may have it a little harder than others, and so we all have to empathize. But this feature thing, I don't know. That's the first time I heard about that. Y'all comment, like, educate me about that. Anyway, so she was like, I'm going to bring some examples of how colorism was going on. Phoebe called me ugly. Evelyn called me a monkey. And she started going into specifics about how she thinks each girl is colorist. And I can't lie, some of OG points was just a little over the top. Like, she was really reaching. Like, she just wants to keep this thing going. But I also agree that if you see somebody doing colorist shit, like posting monkeys, and you condone it, then you are a colorist. So anyway, then Jen begins to talk about, okay, well, damn all the colorist stuff. Let's talk about this aggressive stuff. Y'all said that OG was aggressive, and I think we should think about everybody who's been aggressive. And I really think Jen just brought that up because she wants everybody to acknowledge all the tables and the bottles and drinks she had thrown at her when she doesn't even fight. Which makes all the ladies punk ass bitches, because Jen does not fight. But I give it to Tammy, because even though her and Jen was in an argument and Tammy will bust somebody's ass open, she never tried to fight Jen, because Tammy knew that Jen don't fight. Think about when Tammy first had her blows with Evelyn. Like, she instantly tapped Evelyn's fucking head. Why? Because Evelyn fights. Jen does not. So even Tammy was gangster enough to be like, girl, we can argue all day, but I'm not going to try to fight you, you know, even though I could beat everybody ass up here because you don't fight. Like, that's how you acquire real gangster points, Evelyn and Malaysia. So they are talking about the aggressiveness, and Kristen is open-minded, even though she is Evelyn's minion. She's listening to the ladies. She's trying to say, OG, I didn't know you felt this way. I'm sorry. OG is not letting it go. She's going on and on and on. I never really liked Kristen because her breath smells like Shawnee and Evelyn's ass. But I do respect her in this moment for trying to understand OG. And right now, OG is not, you know, she's not being reasonable at this point. So Kristen returns back to Evelyn's house, and as I predicted, she is going back to recap and debrief her conversation, and she tells him that OG really doesn't want to share her feelings right now. And then she tells him that Jen is really stuck on the aggressiveness that had been going on in past seasons, and that she's experienced from the women. And they all, you know, talk aggressiveness. What is she talking about? Why are they acting like that? Everybody's acting confused. So the last scene is Jackie at her house, just, you know, commenting to the ladies, like, are you guys a little bit more open? What's going on now? And they were like, no, we are not. And we don't even understand why you keep going over there. Are you a colorist too? And Jackie said, look here, goddammit. Now, I came here to try to get along with everyone. That includes the people that are not in this house. And you guys, but if you guys are not open to it, why the fuck are you here? All right. So she said, whenever I'm ready to visit the other house, the plastic house, I'm a going. So fuck you and fuck you. What are you going to do? Stay, leave, mildew, barbecue. So anyway, that was basically the episode. Do you think OG is wrong for still holding on so tight to the colorist thing? Do you think Jen should let go of how she's been treated and beat up for several seasons as well? And if you had your choice of which house you would turn up in for 2 weeks, which house would it be? Would it be Jackie's Ponderosa, or would it be Evelyn's Pussy Patting on the Handstand? Anyway, that was Basketball Wives Season 9, Episode 3 recap. And I had a great time watching this show. I cannot wait to watch more. I've missed you guys. You can trust me. I won't go AWOL again. I got some more content coming soon, so keep it locked right here. My name is Terry J. This is Crown Television. We're all about our crowns and never about them clowns. Peace out. You like that part, don't you?